Good morning, guys, and happy Monday. This week, we are going to be focusing on word problems. So, at the top of each page, it's telling us which operation we need to perform in our word problem. Today, we are only focusing on addition. So, all of our problems will be solved using addition. We are going to use our strategies as we read our word problems, and we're going to look at ways that we can solve these to make them easier and quicker. Problem 1 says there are 3,289 birds in a bird sanctuary. 1,438 more birds join during the summer. Find the number of birds in summer. So we start with this many, and then we get this many more. We've got that more word. So we know that more is almost always an addition word. So let's see. I'm going to start by stacking our numbers up. And then I'm going to add them vertically. Now, these are some bigger numbers. So if you want to use the break apart strategy where you're doing them in chunks because it's easier for you, I will also model that. So first I'm going to use our standard way of adding, and then I'm going to come and I'm going to show the alternate strategy that might make this a bit easier for you. So 8 plus 9 is 17, carry your 1. 3 plus 8 is 11, carry the 1, that's 12. Bring my 1 over here. 4 plus 2 is 6, and 6 plus 1 more is 7. And then 3 plus 1 is 4. So that would be just using our carryovers and doing our regrouping. I can also go ahead, if you're having a little bit of trouble adding up numbers that large, and I can break them apart into 3,000 and then 1,000. And so we get 4,000. So then it would be, so we used our thousands, so then it would be 200 and 400. Right here, I'm just going down the line of my values. So now I'm at 4,600. And then I'm at 89 and 38. So I can go and I can break up 89 and 38. I can either do these the standard way, or if I want to avoid regrouping, I can do 80 plus 30 and get 110. And then 8 plus 9, that's 17. So I would end up with 127 more. Right here, 110 plus 17 is 127. I'm going to clear a small space over here and write my 127 because I don't have quite as much room here as I do on our regular whiteboard in class. 127. And then we have 4,600. Plus 127, and you have 4,727. So either way, you get the exact same answer. It's whichever way feels more comfortable for you. I know some of us really prefer this method. It's pretty quick. It took a little longer than this way. Some of us prefer this because it's a little more efficient. Do what works for you as long as your answers are correct. All right, Sandy had 32 peaches left at her roadside fruit stand. She went to the orchard and picked more peaches to stock up the stand. There are now 86 peaches in the stand. How many did she pick? So she had 32. She added a mystery. Remember, X marks the spot of our mystery. And now she has 86. You can always put a box in place of the X if that is easier for you to remember. So I have to think, what number can I add to get there? Another way that we can arrange this, oops, I just wrote the wrong thing. Another way we can arrange this problem is say 32. I'm going to obviously need to add a double-digit number, so here's a box for each one, plus this is 86. So now I have to ask myself, how can I get from a 2 to a 6. What can I add to 2 to make it become 6? The answer is 4. If I add 2 and 4, I get 6. Now, I don't have to regroup here. I didn't have to do anything crazy. And now I have to add something to my 3 to make it become an 8. Well, 3 plus 5 is 8. So our mystery is 32 peaches, and then 54 more peaches is 86 peaches. Whenever you have problems like this, go ahead and just stack them up and ask yourself, how did I get here? Because you're going to immediately see a number that you can add to it to get there, and it's going to make sense. It's just looking for that mystery. All right. Alan started at a new school and was introduced to all the third grade students. There were 57 girl students and 66 boy students. How many third graders did Alan meet? All right, we have 57 and we have 66. He met all of these people. We know that we are doing addition because it's right there on our page. Addition. So now I'm going to add them up, and then I'll also show it using the other strategy. All right, 6 and 7 is 13. Carry my 1. 6 and 5 is 11, and then one more is 12. So here I have 123, and here I'm going to break it apart. I'm going to do 50 plus 60. That is a funky looking 6. There we go. 50 plus 60. So zeros. 5 plus 6 is 11. All right, and here I have 7 plus 6, which is 13. And 110 plus 13 is 123. We've got the same answer both times. All right, Gary played Race to 500 with his center group and scored 453 points the first game. He scored 373 points when they started over after a fire drill. How many points did he get altogether? All right, 453. Remember, you want to stack them vertically because it is much easier to add and regroup like this than it is to do it horizontally. You can regroup horizontally, but it is a lot more effort. All right, 3 and 3 is 6. Nothing to regroup there. 7 and 5 is 12. Carry the 1. Don't forget to carry the 1, guys. That's the biggest mistake I see on addition. 3 and 4 is 7, and one more is 8. Again, using our alternate strategy, it would be 400 plus 300. I'm just pulling the numbers apart. That's all I'm doing. We have 700. Let me see if I can fix that. That's making it look kind of like a Z. All right, and then it would be 50 and 70. If you're ever having trouble with these numbers, poofing the 0 doesn't just work for multiplication. It also works for addition. So here's my 0. These guys are now gone. 5 and 7 is 12. That's all you had to do there. So we're at 700 plus 120, and then 3 and 3. I'm not even going to write that out. That's just 6. 700 plus 120, that's 820 plus 6. Yep, still at 826. Either way, you're getting the right answer. Do what makes the most sense to you. Math is not one size fits all. Some things work better for some people and others work better for different people. All right, problem 5. Miss Erickson wrote a book on fairy tales and released 525 copies. Because the book was popular amongst readers, the publishers decided to publish a second edition with 399 copies. Find the total number of copies published. All right, we're starting with 525. We're at 399. 9 plus 5 is 14. 9 plus 2 is 11, and 1 more is 12. 3 plus 5 is 8, and 1 more is 9. Okay, and let's check that. Remember, you only have to show this one way. I am showing it both ways for people so that they can see each strategy. You do not have to show me all the ways to add. You pick one and you do that. Don't go and do all the ways. That is not required. You only have to pick one way. So that's 800. And then we have 20 plus 90. Again, just poof your 0 down. 9 plus 2 is 11. And then we have 5 and 4, or 9 and 5. I looked at the 4 right here, my bad. And that's 14. And here we get the same answer once more. Alrighty guys, that was our last problem. Class mini meeting today at 11:30. And please don't forget, you only have to solve these one way. You don't have to do it a bunch of different ways. See you guys at 11:30.